Welcome back everyone to Learning Feed the Beast, episode 6. Now, between last episode and this one, I've been doing a lot of work, and I've been clearing up the area because it's going to be a big theme for this whole series. I'm going to be doing things in this sort of area, and then once they're finalised and I have them at the maximum level I want, so the maximum level machines and all that, then I'll be likely moving them all down to this gigantic hole down here, and setting up item transporters or tesseracts so that I no longer need to actually go down here. It can all be automatic, and then it'll free up the space back up here. So at the moment I extended these, so these are actually LV transformers, and I'll just talk to you very quickly about energy. So there is 128 coming in, well, energy's coming in from here from the generators. These are now giving out packets of 128 EU per tick. They are then going to these LV transformers. Now these are cutting those 128s up into 32s, and they're passing them out on every side. So I'm just picking them out of here, and they're going up to here to the IC2 machines that we had over the other side, so the compressor and the extractor. And we're also going to be installing the blast furnace today, so it's really important that we use the right level of energy for that, otherwise things will start to explode, and that's not fun. Now I've moved these things up here. I'm now using relays on these instead of hoppers. They're basically just a big hopper, and it sends the items through when there's space, and it's a nice way of doing that. And I moved the machines over from there as well. And as we go, at the moment everything has been powered on biomass. So in here I'm just throwing oak saplings. They're coming down to 2 fermenters, only got 2 here, and into this whole array of engines. Now like I said, this does look very messy, and this will all be moved underneath here, right at the bottom, and then I'll put tesseracts up so I can just transport the biofuel down, or the biogas, whichever one you want to call it, and then the energy will be produced in a massive array of engines like this, but probably like 100 or so of them whenever we get the resources, and then they'll all funnel them back into an array of these as a buffer, and then into an energy tesseract. So I won't actually need to have wires coming up. I just need to have these on in a certain place which is also loaded. Especially in your multiplayer, it's a very good trick to do that, as I'm already loading this area with a chunk loader under there. I don't really want to be putting things miles over there and having another chunk loader over there. It will just add more strain to the game. So it's best if you can use the same area you're in already. So like I said, these will be moved downwards when I'm happy with them, when I've got enough. But like in the moment, everything has been powered by these engines. And you can see they've been powering a lot more than the energy is required, because all of these are completely full now. So there's a lot of energy in there. And same way, I've turned off this blaze spawner completely now. I'm only farming blaze rods actually to fill up the turtles. Very good way of filling up turtles with blaze rods if you can afford it. And these are all full anyway. So I've got a couple of clips of what I was doing between episodes. I was setting up some turtles, wireless, well not the wireless, but chunk loader turtles, so they could then go out and farm on their own. And I set up this thing here, so I'll cut to those clips and I'll be back in a second. I want to set up some turtles to make use of this and to collect some resources, because we really did use up everything last episode. So let's start off with looking at turtles. So we could use ender chests to move things around from turtles with mining, but now we've got these lovely tesseracts, we don't really need them anymore, not for that purpose anyway. So make some spot loaders with our chunk loader and ender pearls around. We then go and make our wireless modems. We can then attach them to our wireless modems to make chunk loader modules. We then add them onto our turtles. I have 2 now. There we are. So now these are chunk loading mining turtles. So basically, where I've got a loader here, this whole area is active all the time, as the chunk loader is under here somewhere. If I put these turtles out miles over there somewhere, then they'll keep moving even if I'm over here. I don't need to be within loading range anymore. So that makes me be able to decimate areas away from my base without making massive holes in the land, which is very nice. And I'm going to set up a little setup for getting those materials back to here, and I set up a little way of collecting it. similar to my last mining thing down there, but I've got Tesseract going in. So this is called Quarry, and I need to set up a Quarry version on another bit for every single turtle. This comes to diamond pipe. I get rid of gravel, dirt and cobble. I actually save sand and put it down to a barrel here, and then this comes along, golden things makes it a little bit faster, and then I've got a whole load of chests here. Now we haven't really got extended barrels yet, we haven't got barrel arrays. I just want to collect up loads of materials, mostly ores, so it's good enough for now. So I'm going to now pick a location to put these turtles down in. They've got about 100,000 energy in each, so they should be able to go for quite a while. So I'll be back with you when I've got some locations. So the first turtle, we're doing it pretty near the area actually, but far enough away. I'm going to do it right at the top. I could go down lower and start it at y equals 16 or something, but I actually want the top layers, so I want all of the copper and tin in it. Mostly the copper, it's much more common on the upper layers, so that's why it's going here, and time isn't really that much of a problem, so it can definitely start here. So I want to be doing a size of, I'm not sure, let's do 50. 50 is probably a good number. So we just do excavate 50. Off he goes. He'll probably take a long time to get round to even start mining. Then what I've got here is obsidian pipe, which is one lower than where he will be, because he'll stop at this point and throw them. Now I'll just make a couple of pieces of dirt around that to make sure that the items go in and stay in. So he's going to mine all of this bit away, but I don't want the items bouncing off. So there you are, that should be safe. Now the items will go into this tesseract, and I've got to call it quarry. So there you are, and I can now set this to, should be receive only, no, it should be send only. So when the items come in, like so, they'll go through that, and they'll go in. And so that's send only, it won't then bring materials back through. So if it was on receive, if I threw an item through the other side, it would then come through this pipe. But like this, I can have two of these set to send only for my quarries. They're actually turtles. And then those two items will go to the one over there, and they will not go through each other. So otherwise I might have one of these set up over there, and then items going through that one might come through this one and out here, which would not be what we want. So I'm going to set up the other one the same, and then we're going to go back to base and check the items are coming through. Okay, both are set up now. I could have put them into the same tesseractor, but I decided to make them separate just to make this a point. So this one's on receive only. That means if I put items back through this pipe, it will not go in there, it will be directed elsewhere. So it's nice and safe there just in case something goes wrong. And here we are, it worked out for me. So in one tesseractor I threw some vines, and the other one I threw this golden transport pipes. So they might have gone, yeah, they've broke up a little bit, but it shows that they do work separately. So if cobble came through, then it'll be destroyed anyway. So that works fine. Now I'm going to sit back and relax, and we're back. I hope that was informative. So now we need to make our industrial blast furnace, so we can move on with the IC2 machines now that we've got plenty of power around. So the blaze are powering these machines, and then the biomass is powering all the MJ machines. And I can transfer them between each other if I need to. And I was pointed out that tesseracts for energy lose 25% of the energy when they go through, but as I want to make a large array of machines or even tanks, steam tanks, whatever they're called, it was suggested to me just recently, I'm going to look at that, and basically the energy will be produced one place, they'll go through one tesseract to whichever location you'll need it. So wherever you go, you'll only lose 25% on the transfer, even if you move it 100,000 blocks. So I can definitely live with that, and I can definitely produce more power than I need. So I'm pretty happy with the 25% loss of energy. I can live with that. So, industrial blast furnace, where was I? So in here I need to make these coils. I also need to make induction furnaces, advanced machine blocks, and some other bits. So let's have a look at that. in this rolling machine, which we made last time, we can make mixed metal ingots. Now these ones you can make quite a lot of ways actually. Just go on the recipes for this. There's now 22 pages of recipes, doing all sorts of combinations of bars to make different amounts of the ingots. So the better things you have, the more you get, so it makes the brass or the copper more worthwhile basically. And we are picking one of these ones, so I think it's this one. Yep, tin, bronze and invad ore. These ones are actually a little bit weird, they're new for this version. It's iron, dust and nickel, or pulverized ferrous metal. So they're aligning all the materials to then be produced at the same names now, as before they used to come out with different names. And now we've got some of those mixed metal ingots. We don't need that many, but I'm doing them for safety. I put them in the compressor, and that should go through. They're going to turn these into advanced alloy, and that's what we need to make our machine blocks. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so that's enough alloy for us. And it's making extra because I will need a lot in the future, and I know this from previous experience. In here we'll make advanced machine blocks. You can use other things in the ingredients, but I'm just going to use these because they're easier for now. And I need 5 of these for what I want to do. I'll put them in here, and they should have worked. 1 second. Electric furnace. Oh, I meant to upgrade them first, so be right back. And there we are, I've upgraded them, so there we are. We've got 4 induction furnaces. You may say, why 4? Because I want 2 to use for other purposes. So now we've got those 4. In this we need to have 2 of them. We need to have 1 advanced machine block, and then we need something to put in these ones here, and then we need these heating coils. So I'm going to pick 4 of the top ones. I'm actually going to go back into this and make some golden electron tubes. These are very nice to use because they are used in a lot of the advanced stuff for the ingredients, and if you have something like a pigment spawner, then gold is really easy to get hold of, and redstone is fairly abundant, so they're a very cheap way of doing that. Let's go in here, they go into there. Now I need to make these coils. Now you make them again in the rolling machine, copper and nickel or ferrous ore, ferrous bars at least. So we'll just go back into here, and I have these on me already. So copper, and like so, and nickel. I'm going to put them in the right way around. There you go. When there's more than one of the recipe, it will do it automatically. When it's the last one of its type, like now, it won't put it through until you click that. So there you are. We just need 4, but you can't make multiples of 4. Bit sad, but oh well. I'm sure we might make another one in the future if we go crazy. So all we need is that. So that will be our blast furnace. Oh, wrong one. There we are. So they go in there. We now have our first industrial blast furnace. And you can see in here and on here they say in 128. So you cannot put them through the 32 because this is producing 32 EU. We want 128. Now these are outputting 128. So we put it directly into one of these, then it will work. So if I just go up there and set it up, and I'll be right back to you. So it's installed, and you think, lovely blast furnace, but it says incomplete machine casing. Now, you have to add these on top of it. It's a multi-block kind of object. So you need to either add standard machine casing, reinforced, or advanced. Advanced are far too expensive for us now. Standard machine casing are okay, but to be honest they're a bit of a waste of materials, so we're going to go straight to reinforced. If we can do it, you might as well. So we need to do advanced machine blocks or steel holes and steel. Steel we can do, that's fine. There are advanced circuits in there, so we can do those ones. So I'm going to get those material together. We need 32 I believe altogether in the box, or 34. And then we're going to add 2 blocks of lava to this. So just before I skip to doing the casings, these are powered by the 128. So it's giving out 128 here, coming up this wire. If this wire joined to these ones on this side, then they would explode, because what these transformers do is these flower looking shape on this side is the input, and then all these dots are the output. And you can change them around by using the wrench. So if I tapped it on that side, then it will change around. But I don't want to the moment in case it will explode because things might be being used. So that's connected up fine, and these machines need an constant power of 128, they can be a bit annoying there. If they run out of 128, so if they're only getting 128 every couple of seconds instead of every tick, then they'll say incomplete energy and they just won't process it. So that's really annoying. So I'll be back when I've done the machine casings. We're ready to make the casing now, but before I do, I put in these induction furnaces, and now you can see why I wanted to make these extra. Let's put these in here. You see that these work very, very quickly. They take 128 energy as well, that's why they're on the same cable as this one, up there, away from this one which is taking 32, and they are very nice. One of my favourite things for cooking stuff. Much faster than the powered furnace over here. So when I was saying before where I'll be working in making stuff and then ripping things out and changing it or hiding it away, these will be my final furnaces, I think, because they are just so quick and so awesome. But with these higher level IC2 machines, if you apply redstone signal to them like so, then they'll keep at their highest heat or highest power or highest revolutions a second. And that's because if I then turn this off, then it will detect nothing's in here, so the heat will start to drop. But all these high level IC2 machines, they get faster as they're either hotter or spinning faster and that sort of thing. So it's best to keep them like that. And when they're like that, they take, I think, 1 EU per tick. So if you've got a lot of energy around here, then they're really nice to have like that, just ready to throw things in. If you're low in energy, you probably don't want to use these because they are slow to begin with. So, ready to make the casing now. Let's go down here. I moved the blast furnace down here and I'm using charcoal. And because we're making so much wood from the tree farm, I thought, no, we'll just cook charcoal straight away and put it in here without need to make the coke coal. Just a bit more lazy. So here we need to make our electric circuits, and this is a 2 per. So let's make a load of them. We'll make some for some other things as well in here. So that's 2 normal circuits go to 2 advanced circuits each. So make some of them. Don't really need that many, but doesn't matter. I use them for other things. And here I need 34 of these. Now I should explain, I didn't think I explained at all before. The standard machine casing gives you 30 heat per, and 34 of them gives you 1020. When you put 2 blocks of lava in the middle of this thing, then it adds 500 to it. So that's the amount of degrees Celsius that your whole machine will be processing at. And different temperatures need to be attained to then melt different ores. So for instance, we're going for 1700, which is enough for aluminium, chrome, silicon and titanium. And if you go to the advanced machine blocks like these ones, machine casings, then you can go up to tungsten. So we're going quite up high straight away. So just do 36 of these, as we can't do 34. And I've got 2 buckets of lava on me as well. And we got to put them in a certain formation. So and you can mix and match these blocks, you don't need to do all the same. And just go up like so. 1 space in the middle the whole way. So put 1 bucket of lava, 2 bucket of lava, that increased the whole thing by 500 degrees. And then just over the top. And this is the only way you can do it, this formation. No, the blocks can change, but it has to be like that. And now it will say heat capacity 2200K, which is enough for aluminium and chrome, which is very nice. You can also do aluminium in the blast furnace, but this doesn't actually consume anything apart from power. So what we need to do for that, we wanted to make silicon for solar panels at some point. So we're looking for silicon in here. We'll see that from silicon in the blast furnace you need silicon cells. With that you need to centrifuge things or electrolyze things. So we need to get a centrifuge or an electrolyzer, and I'm going to go for an electrolyzer I think to start off with, because they're a bit cheaper and you can just use sand. So I'll be back to you when I'm ready to craft one of them. So here we go. We go iron fences, go into make magnetizers. We need 2 of these because we're going to make 2 of these electrolyzers when we're finished. So we make 3 extractors. Now only 2 of these go for this. The extractor's going to go for something else afterwards. We also need to make some empty cans. We then put them here, and these should probably... There you are. 2 electrolyzers, and then we make them into here, so magnetizers, this way around, that way around. So 2 industrial electrolyzers. These use in of 128 as well as the other ones. So we're going to put them up here somewhere. So I'm going to set up them and be right back. And there we are. So these are ready to be used. Now these use cans in here, and you put ingredients in here for all sorts of things. But what we're going to do with these cans is we're going to fill them up. So you can do this with any source block. So here is a nice unlimited source. And we want 7 or so of these, I think. 5, 6, 7. Go for 8 just in case. And what we're going to do is put them into these. So we can put 4 in there and 4 in there. Now, out of these, you're going to see what it makes. It's a very simple little one. Electrolyzed water cells. And what we're going to make out that is a centrifugic extractor. So actually, yeah, doing 7. And this is basically a faster version of this one, which is much nicer to have. And all these IC2 machines, mostly if they have slots here, you can overclock them and upgrades. We will cover that in another episode. Okay, so they're done. And in the meantime, I actually went off and checked my stuff coming through here, and I saw that in one of these chests, 1 diamond was through. And with the turtles, that means they've probably taken off 1 layer, and normally diamonds are not all over 1 layer in a bunch, they're normally over several. So as soon as one comes through, it's a little alert to me to go and check, because I had a 3rd turtle going at level 16 and below, just try and find some diamonds as well as the rest of it. And I got 29, taking my fortune, and I found 2 deposits there. I don't know if they were the one it was mining, but I got them, and I'm pretty happy with that. So the aim of this is really to go into quarries, and now that we've got this, we can then go and make our centrifugic extractor. Yay! And this works the same way as these ones over here, but they take 32, not 128. Bit confusing because they've got a yellow name when they shouldn't really have a yellow name. If we just turn it on there, you'll see that the speed starts to go up. If you had overclockers here, it will go to a higher speed to begin with. So that would power up and use some energy doing that. When it's up to max, like I said, it only trickle energy. So if we get something to extract that with, wait for that to rev up, and then we'll give you a little test of that. Okay, so it's up to speed now, 7,500. And we'll put in sticky resin, and that is much quicker than before. Without even needing any overclockers, that is very nice. So I've also decided that these need to be upgraded as well. That is our compressor. So let's take it here and let's say, singularity compressor. We can do that. We can deal with that, definitely. Same principle as the other ones I've shown you here. I've already got my levers here. And there's another lever here, so that's kind of giving you a little guess what I'm going to do next. This one will go up faster, and if I put in these, then it'll be a lot faster than it was before. Of course, got to get up to its nice pressure to be the fastest it can, but it's been much faster than previously. And there's a gap here. So what was the thing that we didn't make first of all because it was too expensive and needed diamonds? Well, they are very good later on in the game. So there's a macerator, and then we're going to change that to a rotary macerator, which again works the same principle as these ones, gets faster and faster. And these are very efficient things because they have multiple slots and multiple in slots, so you can really go with these. And same principle again, I'll wait for it to warm up, but I won't show you that doing anything for that today. We're going to look at making some solar panels. That's the aim for the end episode. Make a couple of solar panels, and basically that'll be our IC2 upgrade for today. So I'll be back with you when I'm ready to make some solar panel stuff. And this is the part of the episode where I really go out my way to spoil you guys, because I'm ready to make a whole load of solar panels, and we'll walk you through it. I'm mixing sand in the industrial electrolyzer and getting silicone and compressed air. With the compressed air, you don't actually need that at all, you can just empty it, so ignore that for now. Silicone then goes into here and makes the silicone plates, so grab some of them. We also need 2 in this, no, not this one, this one. we compress uranium ore into refined uranium. Okay, you with me so far? Come down here, and then we have a plan here already for a solar panel. So we can make some. We've got the silicone. I made a load of golden electron tubes, made a load of generators. So yeah, ready to make a few of them. How many can we make? 7? That's pretty good. I don't know if I can use a resource for the rest of them. And then we go to a advanced solar panel. We're not going to mess around. These ones give out 1 EU a tick. These ones give out 32 at a go, but only generate 8 a tick. So we want them next, but we need to put them in there. That's enough. But where did I get these from? So in these you need to get iridium glass panels, and from them you need to get reinforced glass. So a whole load of reinforced glass go in there, and then from that we needed to make the irradiant uranium. That's why I got these. So make some of them. They go into there. You make some irradiant glass panels. They go into there. With me still? Might need some more advanced blocks though. Anyway, I can make that many. So we've got 4 of them. Advanced solar panels. Very nice. But as we've got a spare one, we might as well do something else with it. And this will keep me happy as well, because I do value these. We're going to make a solar helmet. So there you are. Just 3 copper cables, piece of iron, solar helmet. So we take that helmet off, and we notice that this has got 10,036. Assuming it's still day, which it is, it's now going up. So you don't get stuck in holes anymore that you can't get out of. You need a ladder or something. As long as you're presented to the light, then you'll be fine. So it really helps you out, just gives you a little bit of boost. It's not a huge amount, but if you're doing some work around, then it should give you enough to then hop around somewhere else without needing to recharge. So lovely thing there. So today I think we really have considered this our IC2 upgrade, and I was thinking of doing the biogas stuff again this episode, because I said I would last time, but now there's more things to do with it, and I really need to get a ton of resources. I know I did this with Raven's Child, and I gave him something like 20 stacks of bronze to make a handful of engines. So I really need to do a giant setup of this now, and look at the tanks, look at some of the steam things, so I can really make a really nice one, and move it downwards. So that's what we're going to be doing next time maybe, or I may also look at the storage, because this, I didn't even say anything about this. This is just basically for me to see what I have. It's not really a storage system. A storage system will have pipes on it to automatically fill them up from the mining, so all of this will be taken out, and there'll just be one of these putting items into a storage thing like this and filling it up automatically, and then anything that doesn't fit into these will go into a spare chest. So you decide what we do next. I'm just going to collect resources until we do the next episode, so have your say. Also, people wanted to have a world download. Now, it's not as practical, because I'm probably keep this running until I get quarries. Once I get quarries, I think I'll start doing map downloads every probably 5 or so episodes. But it's your choice. I will only do them if you really request them, so show your appreciation if you want to. Give it a like and all that if you've appreciated this and found it useful. I really hope I've been doing a good job on this. I know I mix up my words a bit, and I have to do a lot of edits, very sneaky edits, hopefully you don't notice, and hopefully I get the right information across. But yeah, I'm going to probably make a few more solar panels, as I've already got one there. Just make sure I had all the things set up already. And these just go into, ooh, that one won't. These just go into the MFEs and power them up directly. So that's a nice way of doing it. Now a lot of people are adverse to solar panels like that, so I'm not going to do tons of them unless I want them for a specific purpose. We all use the biogas for the MJ definitely. So I've rambled enough now. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Tell me what to do next, and I'll see you next time.